Yeah, a computer is the first session is about computers basics. So what is computer? Computer is an electronic device that accepts the input, that processes the inputs, and displays the appropriate output for the input given by the user. See here, computer is a device that transforms data into meaningful information. Data can be anything like marks obtained by you in various subjects. It can also be the name, age, sex, weight, height, etc. These are the parameters which are given as the input for a particular computer or a machine. So based on the input what I have given, it will process the particular input data and produce the appropriate result. So computer can also be defined in terms of functions. It can perform. What are the functions? A computer can accept the data, it can store the data, it can process the data, and can display the particular result, the data as per the desired format by the user. Understood? So how the internal organization of the computer will be? It consists of 4 units. One is memory unit that is used to store the data that is given by the user. Control unit and arithmetic logic unit is responsible for arithmetic logical calculations. And input through input, I'm going to give the particular input. It might be a name, age, sex of a person. So that the parameters what I've given will be stored in the memory unit. So the operations or a processing should be done with the help of control unit and logic unit, and displays the result in the output device called as output unit. So here, let us see one by one. What is input? This is the process of entering data and programs into the computer system. Understood? So what is control unit? It controls and coordinates the functionalities of the operating system or functionalities of the user desired programs. That is, the process of inputs, output, processing and storage is performed under the supervision of a unit called control unit. Understood? It decides when to start receiving data, when to stop receiving data. Understood? Once it receives the complete data from the user, it processes the result, it processes the particular data and gives the appropriate result for the user. So what is memory unit? It is responsible for storing the input data given by the user. That is called as memory unit. Whereas arithmetic logic unit is responsible for performing arithmetic calculations. It might be addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. If the user gives the input as 5 and 6, has to be added, means this ALU or arithmetic logic unit will perform addition of the numbers 5 and 6 and displays the result as 11 in the output screen. That is what arithmetic logic unit will do. Whereas output is what? 5 plus 6. Addition has been performed on the two parameters 5 and 6, and the result is 11. That will be shown with the help of output device called as, it might be a printer, it might be a scanner, or it might be a screen. That is shown in the output section. Understood? So let us see next. See here, you all know the computer. The computer consists of different parts called monitor, keyboard, disk drives, and mouse. So the input device might be of these types. The input device might be a keyboard, mouse, light pen, magnetic scanner or optical scanner. It might be a touch screen you are using in the cell phones, and microphones for inputting the voice, and a trackball. These are the input device for a particular system. What is keyboard? You want to know the keyboard. So this we have a particular figure called keyboard. So there are several kinds of keyboards available, but they resemble each other with minor variations. Some slight variations are there between and minor keyboard and multimedia keyboard. Understood? The keyboard in most common use is QWERTY keyboard. QWERTY is the first line of the keys that is there in the particular keyboard called QWERTY keyboard. So Q is the first key, W is the second key, E, R, T, Y are the different keys placed over the first line in the keyboard. That is why they are called as QWERTY keyboard. Understood? Usually the keyboard consists of 104 keys. Understood? It consists of cursor control keys are duplicated to easier use of the numeric pad. Understood? What is mouse? It is also a type of input device. You all know what is mouse. Let us see. A mouse is an electromechanical handheld device. It is used as a pointer. It can perform functions like you can select a particular icon in a particular desktop. You can select the particular desktop by double clicking on it so that the icon gets opened and you can do what are manipulations you want. That is what a particular mouse click is called as. It is used as pointer. It can perform functions like selecting menu commands, moving icons. You can move the icons. You can resize the windows. You can start the programs, and you can choose any options either to delete the file, update the file, store new information into the particular file, or create a new folder can be done. Understood? The most common mouse uses an internal magnetical coated ball. There will be a ball. When I keep on moving mouse on a particular touchpad, so you can just feel that something, a rotating ball is moving inside the particular ball, so that if the ball moves, means the cursor moves on the screen and it can select the particular icon on a particular screen that I want to select. I can double click on it by left clicking, and I can select by single clicking. I can open the particular file using double click, and I can do any modifications you want. That is what input device called mouse. Next is, sorry, my name is Dr. Natesh. I'm working as associate professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Vidyavardhana College of Engineering. Understood? So I'll be teaching you about network basics. Understood? So coming to the points. Next, the next input device is light pen. What is light pen? An input device that utilizes a light sensitive detector to select objects on the display screen. Understood? So a light or a laser beam will be there that is used to select a particular icon on the screen. Except what, with a light pen, you can move the pointer and select objects on the display screen by directly pointing to the objects on the pen with the pen. Understood? You might have noticed this. Some might be using the particular cell phone, which consists of a stylus like a pen. You can use that pen. You can select any icon on the particular screen. That is called as light pen. Next is optical scanner. It is also input device. These devices are used for automatic data collection. The device of this category completely eliminate manual input of data. User need not to give the inputs. The scanner itself will scan the entire input and give the input as an input, give the data as an input and store in the memory unit. That is called as optical scanner. Here, this is what optical scanner is here. If I use a particular paper and place on a particular paper, means the entire thing will be copied and displayed on the screen. That is called as optical scanner. Images into electronic format that can be stored in a computer's memory and with the right kind of software. One can alter a stored image. Another example of scanner is optical character recognition, OCR device. Is nothing but scanner. Understood? Optical scanner. Next is the touch screen. You might have noticed this. You might be using a cell phone that requires touch commands by the user. That is called as touch screen. Touch panel displays and pads are now being offered as alternatives to keyboard. Nowadays, there is no keyboard available in the cell phones. What is only touch screen? That is called as touch screen method. It accepts the user input by clicking on the particular menu by a finger, moving finger on the screen. That is called as touch screen. Next is microphone. You might have noticed this. I can give the instructions for the computer to do any functions or task using a voice command called as microphone. Microphone is an input device which takes voice as input. The voice communication is more error prone than information through keyboard. Sometimes we may make mistakes while giving inputs to the keyboard, but here voice command will not generate any error. Understood? So for example, I have desktop microphone and handheld microphone. Understood? Next is trackball. Please go to the points. Trackball is a pointer device in a mouse lying on its back. Understood? So if I move the trackball, automatically the screen will move, the cursor will move on the screen, and I can just single click on it used by clicking the particular ball, and I can select a particular menu or icon and do whatever modifications I want. Next is output device. There are n number of output devices. Called monitor is also an output device, printer, plotter, and speakers. So what is monitor? You might have seen this. You can see a movie, you can play games, you can do whatever you want with this particular output screen called monitor. Out of all the output devices or monitors is perhaps the most important output device because people interact with this device most intensively than others. Understood? Computer information is displayed visually with a video adapter, card, and monitor. Information processed within the CPU that needs to be visually displayed is sent to video adapter. The internal working of this monitor is what? Whatever the display you are seeing on the monitor, internally with the help of video adapter, everything will be displayed. Animations. Understood? Next is, so in this, there are two types of monitors. One is CRT, another one is LCD. What is CRT? Cathode ray tube is one of the monitor, and another one is liquid crystal display is another monitor that displays a particular image on the screen. So coming to cathode ray tube, CRT or cathode ray tube monitor is a typical monitor that you see on a desktop computer. It looks a lot like television screen. You might have noticed this. The old computers are nothing but they are CRT computers. And works the same way. This type uses a large vacuum tube called cathode ray tube. Using this mechanism, we are going to display a picture on the screen with the help of cathode ray tube. That is called as cathode ray displays. Earlier, the old computer system, what you have seen, they are made up of this CRT. Nowadays, what you are seeing, a thin laptop with very thin screen, that is based on the mechanism called as liquid crystal displays. Let us see what is liquid crystal display or LCD. I think you might have, in your house, you might be having this LCD TVs, the same concept. This type of monitors are also known as flat panel monitors. I told you, thin, very thin. Most of these employ liquid crystal displays to render images. Understood? Next output device is printer. So what is printer? You will see the particular printout. You will take the printout of a particular information or a text file or an image or whatever document you want. You can just go to the particular document. You can just single click on it. The information is sent to the printer from monitor, and suddenly you will get a printout with on a page. Understood? That is called as printer. After a document is created on the computer, the soft copy, you can take the hard copy of it by taking the printout using printer. Understood? It can be sent to a printer for a hard copy. Some printers offer special features such as colored and large page formats. There are different types of printers. One is laser printer, inkjet printer, dot matrix printer, and line printer. There are 4 types of printer. Nowadays, we are using this laser printer or line printer. Understood? Let us see one by one. What is laser printer? So they are showing the figure. A laser printer produces high quality print that one normally finds in publishing. Understood? It is extremely fast and quiet. Moreover, the operation of a laser printer is easy with automatic paper loading and no smudging or messing up of ink ribbons. You need not to worry about the ink ribbons. That is called as laser printer. Next, inkjet printer. We are using a particular cartridge where it is filled with ink. We use using that ink. The characters are printed on a particular page with the help of this cartridge called ink cartridge. That is called as inkjet printer. Let us see how it works. Inkjet printer creates an image directly on paper by spraying ink through as many as 64 tiny nozzles. It's like a typewriter. How the characters are printed on a paper, in the same way you have different holes situated in this particular inkjet printer, so that will spell out the particular ink, and automatically the characters will be printed on the paper with the inkjet printer. Understood? Next is dot matrix printer. What is this? A dot matrix printer was very popular at one point of time earlier. Understood? It is very versatile and inexpensive output device. In dot matrix printer, the print head physically hits the paper through the ribbon and produces text. Understood? You might have noticed this by combinations of dots. Hence the name of dot matrix printer. Its speed is measured in characters per second. How many characters it prints on the particular line of a page. That is called as dot matrix printer. Next is line printer. What is this? A line printer is generally used with large computer systems to produce text-based data processing reports. Line printers are high-speed printers with speeds ranging anywhere from 100 to about 3,800 lines per minute. It's very fast printer. Next is plotter. What is plotter? Plotter is a special kind of output device that, like a printer, produces image on the paper. It is used to display or print an image on the paper. It's called as plotter. Understood? But does so in a different way. In what way it is different? Plotters are designed to produce large drawings or images such as construction plans for buildings or blueprints for mechanical objects. It is used in civil engineering and mechanical engineering concept in order to show the printout of the drawing or a sketch what you have made on the paper or a soft copy. Understood? So, plotters usually come in 2 designs. One is flatbed and drum. Understood? What is flatbed? Plotters of small size to kept on the table with restriction of paper size. It's a small one called as flatbed, whereas a big one called as drum. These plotters are of big size using rolls of paper of unlimited length. Next output device is speaker. You all know what is speaker. That is, if I want to play a particular song, just I can click an icon on a song menu on the particular screen. The particular information will be generated in the on the particular speakers through a song. That is called a speaker. What is speaker? Speakers are another type of output device which allow you to listen to voice like music and the conversation with the people. Next is software. What is software? You all know what is software. It is what the software engineers will do in a corporate sector. That is, they're going to develop a particular program for a particular model or a module. Then they will run that module and they are going to give that particular module to the customers. That is called as software. So what is software? You cannot touch and feel. So as you are aware, computer cannot do anything on its own. Understood? You have to feed the softwares that you have developed. Understood? It is the user who instructs the computer what to do, how to do, and when to do. That is the instruction that I have given to the computer is nothing but the software. Understood? Understood? In order to perform any task, you have to give a set of instructions in a particular sequence to the computer. Understood? These sets of instructions are called programs. The programs are nothing but software. Software refers to a set of programs that makes the hardware perform a particular set of tasks in particular order. Understood? So in software, there are different types of software classifications. One is system software, application software, operating system. Under system software, it comes utilities, whereas under application software, there are generalized packages and customized packages. Let us see one by one. So what is system software? When you wish on a computer to program stored in a ROM or executed which activate different units of your computer and makes it ready for you to work on it, this set of programs can be called system software. Understood? If the ROM, read-only memory, what you have seen, if the ROM has to work with, that is the programs or instructions given by the user to the computer, that is called as system software. Understood? So system softwares are set of programs responsible for running the computer. So for example, you have loaded the operating system called Windows 98, XP, Windows 2000. These are nothing but the system softwares. Understood? So operating system, what you have stored in the computer loaded, it might be Windows 2000, Windows 98 or XP. These are nothing but system softwares. Please go through theoretical part. Next is application software. So what is application software? For example, I'll tell you what is application software. The Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, Word, these are nothing but application softwares. Let us see what is this. Application software is a set of programs which are written to perform specific tasks. For example, an application package for managing library known as library information system is used to manage information of libraries such as keeping book details, account holder details, book issue details. These are nothing but application softwares. Understood? Let us see what are the packages under this. Generalized packages and customized packages. What is generalized package? Generalized package is nothing but, for example, they have taken, I have told you MS Word, Excel, spreadsheet, these are nothing but generalized packages. So spreadsheets, presentations, database management, these are nothing but Generalized packages. What is customized packages? You can go for payroll package, information data, student information data. That is in your KSOU, they have a particular software that maintains details about all the students those who are registered for KSOU for BCom or BBM or some other things. So this software is nothing but customized package. Understood? So let us see computer language. What is computer language? Computer understands only binary language. It won't understand any English, any Kannada or anything. It will understand only binary language. What is binary language? It is in terms of zeros and ones. Understood? That is called as binary language. Understood? So let us see, languages are means of communication. Normally people interact with each other through language. On the same pattern, communication with computers is carried out through a language. This language is nothing but binary language. Understood? So here, just as every language like English, Hindi has its own grammatical rules, every computer language is bound by rules known as syntax. Understood? So let us see what are different types of languages. Low level language, high level language, assembly level language, high level language. So let us see what is low level language. The term low level means closeness to the way in which machine understand the low level languages are what? Machine level language is what I told you. What is machine level language? It is in terms of zeros and ones. Here, there is the language in the form of zeros and ones called binary numbers, understood directly by the computer. It won't understand any language other than binary language. It is 1 and 0. What is assembly level language? It is in terms of zeros and ones are substituted by symbolic codes called as mnemonics. So zeros, apart from zeros and ones, you have some other language where the machine readable form is called mnemonics. Understood? You can have COBOL as a assembly level language. Next, high level language. What is high level language? So for high level, what is high level language are given below. What are those? Basic, that is beginners all purpose symbolic instruction code. It is widely used, easy to learn, general purpose language, mainly used in microcomputers. See here, I told you COBOL, Fortran, C, C++ are nothing but in high level languages. Please go through theoretical part. Hello, anyone have registered or anyone have joined the link? Please inform me. Have any one of you have joined the link? Okay. Okay. C, C++, Fortran and COBOL are nothing but high level languages. Here. Yes, compilers and assemblers. What are the compilers and assemblers? See here, the program what the user will type, there is a compiler that will translate the user program that is written in English language to the machine readable form called as binary language. Understood? The user program called English is translated to binary language with the help of compiler. Understood? So what is compiler? The software that reads a program written in high level language and translates it to an equivalent program in machine language called as compiler. Understood? So the program written by the program in high level language is called source program, that is written in English, and the program generated by the compiler by taking the source program is called as object program in terms of machine level language in terms of zeros and ones. That is what compiler will do. So what is assembler? The software that reads a program written in assembly level language and translates it into equivalent machine level language called as assembler. Understood? That is, conversion of assembly level language will be done by assembler, converting assembly language to machine level language, that is in terms of zeros and ones. See here, assembler will convert assembly level language to object program called machine level language. Understood? Along with the questions, you can just see. Next, that's it in the first thing. I will share the second one, network topologies. Next is network topologies. I will share this with you. Wait. Yeah, you can see that, I think. Yeah. Next is network topologies. So it means network. How can I arrange the network based on my conveniency? I have LAN topologies and WAN topologies. Let us see LAN and WAN topologies. So here, LAN topologies are nothing but physical and logical. What is physical? Describe the geometric arrangement. It is the particular structure about how the computers and networks has been arranged. Logical describes the possible connectivities between the particular pairs. So in this topology, I have bus topology, star topology, ring topology, switch topology, daisy chains, and hierarchies. Let us see one by one. What is bus topology? All here in bus topologies here, there is a single cable connected to different nodes with sub cables. That is called as bus topology. See here, a single main cable where number of different nodes or computers are connected with sub cables. That is called as bus topology. See here, the drawback of this bus topology is what? If the main cable, if there is a problem in main cable, definitely the different nodes which are connected to the main cable will not able to communicate. That is a drawback of bus topology. A single cable will be there running from starting to the end. Through that cable, different points are connected with the sub cables. So if the main cable misses or if any damage occurs in the main cable, there is no communication between the different nodes connected to the bus. Understood? It's called as bus topology. So here, advantage of this was what? Easy to implement and extend, well suited for temporary networks. It is a network which has very less number of nodes. Failure of one station does not affect others because station is connected via particular sub bus. What is difficulties in this? Difficulty to maintain administrative troubleshoot. That is, if which point has been got damaged, it's difficult to identify. Limited cable length and number of stations. It is this package limited only to something 5 or 10 stations. A cable break can disable the entire network. That's what I told you. If the main cable is lost, everything is lost. Maintenance cost may be higher. Performance degrades as additional computers are added. Next is ring topology. What is ring topology here? See here, if ring topology, see here, number of computers are connected in the form of ring. Understood? So a ring called token will be a ring. A token will be circulating in the entire ring. So which computer want to communicate with some other computers, it will accept the particular token. Once it accepts the token, it can start communicating with other device which it want to intended to communicate. Once its communication is closed, it will again remove that particular token and place it to the ring. The particular token keeps on moving in the ring inside. Understood? If any of the systems want to communicate with some other system, they have to accept that particular token and they have to communicate. That is called as ring topology. Advantage of this ring topology is what? This type of network topology is very organized. Performance is better. No need for network server. Additional components do not affect the performance. Understood? Each computer has equal access to the resources. It is, since the token is moving in the circular fashion in the ring, which host want to communicate with other host, they have to accept the particular token and they can communicate. Once the communication is completed, they have to release the token back to the ring, and again the ring keep on circulating inside the token keeps on circulating inside the ring. Whichever host want to communicate, they have to accept the particular token and they have to communicate. Otherwise, there is no communication. Disadvantage is what? Each packet has data must pass through all the computers, because the dilemma is what? Since the token has been taken by the computer to communicate, the particular data has to be moved from one node to another node. It takes time to reach destination. Understood? If one workstation or port goes down, the entire network gets affected. Understood? If one port goes down, there will be a problem for all the nodes connected in the ring fashion. Network is highly dependent on wire which connects different components. Understood? Because there's a single circular wire connected to all the nodes. Next is star topology. What is star topology here? A single hub or a switch is responsible for communicating with some other nodes. So, for example, if node 1 want to communicate with node 4, means the information has to be passed to a particular switch. The switch will open the path to the node 4. It will close the other paths for 1, 2, and 3. Only the data that has to be sent from node 1 to node 3 will be opened. Rest of the nodes path will be closed. That is called as star topology. That is, it will allow to communicate between two nodes by closing the other nodes entry points. Advantages. Compared to bus topology, it gives far much better performance compared to bus. Easy to connect new nodes. Centralized management. There is a hub that will manage the data transfer. Failure of one node or link does not affect other thing. Disadvantage is what? It's a central device which, if the central device fails, no communication between the particular points occurs. The use of hub, a router or a switch is central device increases the overall cost of the network. Performance and as well number of nodes which can be added in such topology is dependent on Capacity of central device. Understood? Switch topology. What is switch topology here? There is a switch that is responsible for communicating with different number of nodes. The switch will transfer the data from node 1 to node 4 by allowing node 1 data to pass through the particular switch to the node 4. That is called a switch network. Advantages and disadvantages, please go to the points. It's easy to learn. Can improve LAN performance. LAN is what? Local area network. Increase the aggregate bandwidth available through the network, reducing the number of devices forced to share each segment of bandwidth. Large switched implementations do not isolate broadcasts. Daisy chains. What is daisy chain? Here, this is daisy chains. Here, there are network of computers connected to a particular point or a switch. Through this hub, the communication occurs. One hub consists of four printers, 4 nodes. Second hub consists of some 4 nodes. Third might be from 6. Fourth might be some 5. So hub 1 want to communicate with hub 2 means the connection should be there. Through some other hubs, the communication happens. Understood? Yeah. Advantages and disadvantages. Please go to the points. Increases the number of connections because each hub having large capacity to accommodate new points. Too many devices competing for the same amount of bandwidth can create collisions. Understood? Hierarchies. This is not needed for you. This is not needed. WAN topologies. Here, WAN. What is WAN? Wide area network. A person sitting in KSOU Mysore can communicate with the person sitting in USA through a particular channel called as wide area networks. It is an internet that is spread across the entire country. That is called as wide area networks. The topology of WAN describes the way the transmission facilities are arranged relative to locations that they interconnect. Numerous topologies are possible, each one offering a different mix of cost, performance, and scalability. There are different types of topologies under WAN. One is peer-to-peer, ring WANs, store WANs, full mesh WANs, partial mesh WANs, 2-tiered, 3-tiered, and hybrids. Let us see peer-to-peer. What is peer-to-peer here? One point to another point, there will be a particular router. The router is responsible for communicating with some other routers points through this routers. It is called as peer-to-peer, next to next. Advantage in this one, you can study it by yourself. Ring topology here, this is what ring. 4 hubs are connected to a particular difference here. There are 4 different buildings. They're connected with different hubs. Through this hub, the communication happens between different buildings. That is called as ring topology. Advantage in disadvantage, study stars here. Star networks here, this is what star is. There are 5 buildings connected in terms of star in the star network with the hub or a router. The communication happens between these different buildings with the help of star network with the hub. Full mesh topology is not needed for you. Partial mesh, not needed. Not, yeah. 2-wired. See here, what is 2-wired here? This is 2-wired. Two buildings are connected to a particular single building in triangular manner used with a particular hub called as triangular manner. It is called as 2-tiered topologies here. 2-tiered. 3-tiered here. This is 3-tiered. 3 different buildings are communicating with a single building with the help of 4 different routers attached to each sub-buildings. 3-tiered. Hybrid. Here, any combination of 2 and 3-tiered is nothing but hybrid topology. I will share you some other slide for this. One is OSI model. OSI model is the next topic. Yeah, I will share it. Yeah. The next is OSI reference model means open system interconnection. Yeah. OSI reference model is nothing but open system interconnection. It consists of 7 different layers. One is application layer, presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer, physical layer. With these 7 layers, the communication is possible between one point to another point. Let us see one by one. Just have a break for 2 minutes. let us study one by one. The first one is, application layer. What it will do, it represents services that directly support software applications for file transfer, database access, and electronic mail. It supports the mail transfer or transmission of mail, storing of data, and sending a file from one place to another place responsible with the help of this application layer. So next is related to representation of transmitted data, translates different data representations from the application layer into uniform standard format. They have separate standard format for the data which has been sent from user to the receiver. Understood? With this format, the data is sent. Providing services for secure, efficient data transmission, it is used. So allows two applications on different computers to establish use and end a session. That is, at up to what time he logged into the system, what all data he accessed, and what all data he's retrieved. That information will be kept in this particular mode. Next, manages transmission packets, repackages long messages when necessary into small packets. That is, it will divide the very large message into small message in terms of chunks. If the traffic is more, it will send in terms of chunks so that there is no loss of packets. So when these packets are sent one by one, the receiver side will reassemble the packet one after the other in a chronological order. So handles error recognition and recovery. Transport layer at receiving acknowledges packet delivery, resends missing packets. Manages addressing routing of data within the subnet. Addresses messages and translates logical addresses and names into physical addresses. Determines the route from the source to the destination computer. Manages traffic problems such as switching, routing, and controlling the congestion of data packets. Routing can be based on static tables determined at start of each sessions. Packages raw bits from physical layer into frames. That is, the data which came from higher layer, it is called as data. Now it is termed as frames when it comes to the next layer called physical layer. Provides reliable transmission of frames. It waits for an acknowledgement from the receiving computer unless the message has been received, it will send the next message. Otherwise, the same message has been sent to the particular receiver if the message has not been decoded or received, entire message received in the receiver side. Retransmits if the frames has lost. Next, transmits bits from one computer to another computer, that is data. Regulates the transmission of stream of bits over a physical medium. Defines how the cable is attached to the network adapter and what transmission technique is used to send the data over the cable. Please go to the points. So whether the channel is simplex or duplex, what is simplex? One is sender, one is receiver. There is single mode where the sender keeps on sending data, receiver keeps on receiving data. Only single mode called as simplex. Whereas duplex is even sender can be sending the data and receiver can be receiving the data, and the sender can receive the data and receiver can send the data. Vice versa can happen. That is called as duplex. So here, application, presentation, session, transport, network, data link, physical layer. Whereas in TCP, that is all about 7 layers, all about OSI. Whereas in TCP or IP, I have only this ones here. Transport and network are sandwiched to form TCP or IP. It has application layer, network layer, and hardware interface. The OSI model, each layer provides services to above layer above, and consumes services provided by the layer below. That is, it starts from bottom to top from the sender, whereas from top to bottom from the sender side, and the receiver side bottom to top. The particular movement of data occurs. This is not required. Yeah, this is what about OSI reference model. Next is, I will tell you one more. Next is types of networks. Next is type of networks. We'll start. Next is type of networks. You have n number of networks. One is LAN, WAN, MAN. What is LAN? Local area network is called WAN. WAN is wide area network, and MAN is metropolitan area networks. Let us see how this network works. The first one is local area network. So it is limited to a building or within a house. That is called as local area network. Let us see how it works. Contains printers, servers, and computers. The combination of LAN is printers, servers, and computers. Systems are closer to each other. contained in one office or a building. That is, this LAN is limited only within a building. For example, our CS department in some engineering colleges, ENC department, the LAN, CS, ESC, and some other departments. So within a department, the number of components, printers, and computers connected via single cable, that is called as local area networks. It is confined only within a building or only within an office or a block. Organization often have several LANs. It is, we have a LAN for CS, LAN for IS, LAN for ENC, LAN for mechanical, LAN for some other department. So you have separate connectivity for each departments, that is indicated using the help of LAN, that is limited for only within a building. Only 100 or 200 systems can be connected with a particular LAN support. Whereas WAN is called as wide area networks, that is between two colleges. It might be, for example, I can take connect two LANs are connected to within a building are called as WAN. Two or more LANs connected. It is, I'm going to connect one engineering college with another engineering college with the help of this WAN, wide area networks. That is, whereas LAN is limited to only a department, whereas for the entire college you can go for WAN. That is where the connectivity will be there between ENC departments, ES, IS, mechanical, and civil. For the entire thing, there is a single network called as WAN. Understood? So two or more LANs connected over a large geographic area, typically use public or leased lines, that is phone lines. The internet is WAN. Next, hybrid networks. What is hybrid networks? That is called as campus area networks. An engineering college is equipped with this campus area network. Understood? A LAN in one large geographic area, resources related to the same organization, each department shares the LAN. Understood? Hybrid network, that is metropolitan area network. That is within a city, Mysore to Bangalore, Bangalore to Hassan to some other city. That is connectivity between two different cities are called as hybrid area networks. That is large network that connects different organizations, shares regional resources, a network provider sells time. That is called as hybrid area networks. It's a small, what is small hybrid area network? Only within a house, I'm going to connect two systems. That is called as hybrid area network. It's a small scale network, connects computers and entertainment appliances found mainly at home. That is called as HAN. Next is personal area network. What is PAN? Very small network, less than compared to house area network. Range is less than 2 meters. Cell phone I can connect. Personal user assistants and MP3 players I can connect. With this, personal area networks. How networks are structured? Based on node is any network device. Servers control what the node accesses. Users gain access by logging in. Server is the most important computer. Understood? Next, please go to the points. Yeah. How networks are structured. Nodes and servers share data roles. What are nodes? Nodes are nothing but clients. Servers are nothing but they are the servers. They will serve the particular client based on the request. Nodes are called the clients. That's what I told you. Servers are used to send the resources made by request made by the client. Database is what? The database is the memory space where the data is stored, and when the request is made by the client or a node, the request is sent by the server by accessing the data from the particular database to the particular client. It's peer-to-peer networks called as P2PN. All nodes are equal. They share the same common bandwidth, same lease line, same time amount of data. Understood? Nodes access resources on other nodes. Each node controls its own resources. Most modern operating system uses this peer-to-peer concept. Distributing computing is form of network. Topologies. We have, based on the topology, I have topological layout of wires and equipments. Choice or what network performance is, how what's the capacity of the network it can transmit the data bandwidth. network size, and collision detection and avoidance. Please go to the points. Packets. What are packets? Packets are nothing but these are the pieces or chunks of data. Pieces of data transmitted over a network. Packets are created by a single node. Data is reassembled in the receiving entities. I told you that the huge data is divided into small chunks that is sent one after the other, and the receiving side it's going to reassemble the data in order. Packet payload means the capacity of the packet, number and size of the data, actual data that you want to send, and if any error is there, how to detect and control that particular error. You all know what is bus topology. I already told you. Star topology. This is a star topology. This I have explained you. See here. Next, network medias. What are those? The network capacity is based on the speed of the network, the security imposed on the network, and the size of the data it carries. So, wire-based media. You all know what is wire? Connectivity cables. Understood? For telephone you have, for network, for cabling you have these things. Understood? So let us see what is twisted pair cabling. Most common LAN cable. LANs are used with this particular twisted pair cabling. The capacity is 100 base T. 4 pairs of copper cable twisted inside a particular passage of a wire, may be shielded from interference. Speed ranges from 1 Mbps to 1000 Mbps. Wired based, please go to the point. It's a coaxial cable similar to cable TV wire you have seen. One wire runs through cable, shielded from interference, speeds up to 10 Mbps, nearly obsolete. Understood? Wired based, you all know. Please go to the points. Wired based. Wired based. It's nothing but fiber optic cable that you are using in telephones. Data is transmitted with light pulses. Glass strand instead of cable. I have immune to interference, very secure, and speeds up to 100 gigabits per second. Data transmitted through the air. That is called wireless media. LANs are radio waves. I think you might have listened to the radio. If you switch on the radio, you'll get 92.5 FM. Correct? That is called as wireless communication. Hardware, this is called as network card. What is network hardware is what? It consists of network interface cards, that is called as net adapter, connects node to the media, and that is machine access code you are using in this hardware. Please go to the points. Network linking devices connect nodes in the network. Cable runs from node to device. Crossover cable connects to computers. What is hub? You all know, I have explained the concept. Hub is nothing but it's a carrier of data from one point to another point through a particular mechanism called switch. Understood? Center of star network. All nodes receive transmitted packets, slow and insecure. Switches you all know. So when the data has to be transmitted through switches means the node 1 and node 4 switches are open, whereas other switches are closed. That is called as switches. Bridge. It is used to connect two LANs together. That is, two engineering colleges having a particular internet connectivity means with the help of bridge. Yes. Router. What is router? It will route the packet to appropriate destination based on routing address kept by the particular router. Understood? Seeing the incoming packet, we will check what is the address of this particular data which has to be sent to the particular destination. Through the particular address, it will route the packet to the appropriate destination called router. Connects two or more LANs together. Packets sent to remote LAN across. Network is segmented by IP addresses. You all know what is IP address. Each and every node connected to internet will be having its IP address. Through this IP address, any theft happens will be detected. Gateways. What is gateways? If I want to send data from Mysore, Karnataka to Hyderabad means there is a gateway. Through that gateway, the data has to be transmitted. Please go to the points. Network cabling. So what is cabling? The connectivity between 2 points. Between 2 points. Bandwidth measure cable speed typically measured in megabits per second. Maximum cable length varies from meters to kilometers. Connector describes the type of plug. See, this is what cabling, you all know that. Very popular cabling technologies of this format, it is 10 base T, 10 base 2 or 10 base 5. Tera, mega and giga. Maximum bandwidth is 10 Mbps. The distance is over 100 to 500 meters using this cabling concept. Fast Ethernet. Newer versions of Ethernet bandwidth is 100 Mbps, uses Cat5 or greater cable, sometimes called 100 base T, requires switch. Next, network cabling, you all know. It's gigabit Ethernet, high bandwidth version of Ethernet, 1 to 10 gigabits it supports, and Cat5 is the format it supports video applications. Token ring, you all know, I explained the concept, token ring architecture. Network protocol is responsible for governing the particular data from source to destination with the appropriate particular packet consists of header, payload, and particular load. Rules of communication, error resolution, defines collision and collision recovery, size of the packet is known, and naming rules for computers to which IP address I have to send. You all know what is TCP over IP I told you. This is not needed. Token ring I told you. This is what end of this network types. The next I will explain the concept about cabling. Network topologies, cabling and troubleshooting. Please go through the points of this. I will explain the last concept of today. Wait, I will share the slide. Yeah, I think you can see this. Next is about network adapters in cables. What is network adapters? The network adapter allows the device to communicate over the local area network, that is called LAN. You all know that, connecting to the internet to other computers. Wireless network adapters, such as those on laptop computers and tablets, take the computer signals and convert them into radio waves and transmit via antenna. What adapters? Take the computer signal and convert them into radio waves that transmit via antennas. This is what adapter will do. Understood? Types of adapters, I have PCI adapter, PCMCIA adapter. Just go to the data what I have displayed. PCI adapter, PCMCIA adapter, mini PC adapter. The theoretical part you just read yourself. You'll get to know. What is PC adapter? It's an add-in card that can fit within a desktop computer. The system what you are using in your home is nothing but is done with the help of PC adapter. Next is PCMCIA, what is also known as PC card. This adapter works well for the notebook computers, that is laptop. The antenna sticks out of the body of the notebook. Whereas mini PC adapter is used in what? It's using mini PC adapter. It is used in laptop. Next, USB. You all know what is USB. USB, wireless USB adapter offers a plug and play solution. Simply insert the device into the USB port and enjoy your connectivity. Next type of protocols. Please go to the point. You have HTTP, that is hypertext transfer protocol, SFTP, simple transfer protocol, and SSL. These are different types of protocols that governs network. Network communication protocols here: HTTP, TCP, UDP, and IRC. The abbreviations and the functions and functionality of these are given out there. Please go to the points. It's very easy, simple to read, easy to read. Please go to the points. Next is basic network cable troubleshooting. Means if anything happens in the middle, how you are going to shoot that particular troubleshooting. So what is that? Restart all internet connections if something goes wrong. Turn off the computer directly, connect to the internet. Unplug the modem. If a router is connected, unplug the router also. Check for loose cables, including the coaxial cable and Ethernet cable. Plug back in the module. Understood? This is what troubleshooting is. This is what the concepts of today. So the next concepts I'll be teaching you in the next class at the same time, 3 to 5 p.m. tomorrow. Thank you very much.